Hello Palace fans and welcome to the first official Palace Ladies podcast for the CPLFC YouTube channel. I'm Ronan Howard, the CPLFC cameraman, and I'm delighted to be joined by the presenter of the channel, Matt Holt. How are you doing today, Matt?
I'm very well, thank you, Ronan. Absolutely delighted to be involved with this fantastic new idea of a CPLFC podcast. I'm really interested to see how it picks up and whether we can make it as big a success as we have with our videos on YouTube.
Yeah, do you want to tell us more about the podcasts we'll be doing?
Yeah, of course. So, to everyone who's listening, first of all, welcome and thank you very much for taking the time out to listen to us. This is a brand new podcast, as Ronan's been saying, and we'll aim to summarise what's been happening in and around the club each week. We will announce when we can how often we're going to do these podcasts, but we'll be featuring things like we're going to be talking about recent matches, up and coming matches, so reviews and previews. We'll talk about things going on off the pitch as well, and we'll also bring you interviews and other features that you can listen to along with us. So really exciting time for us to be involved with something like this. And Ronan, I believe we're going to kick off tonight, the first episode, with some information about the under-16s, if you want to bring that to us.
Yeah, so some history about the under-16s. The manager's Nina, and you've got the coaches Gareth and Adam. They're in the Surrey Youth League, and they were cup winners in 2014 and league runners-up at 2014 and 15. Yesterday, the under-16s had a game against Portsmouth away, and they unfortunately lost 4-2. And some report of it, the girls played a 4-4-1-1, and the second half they were really good. The pitch was wide and a bit dodgy, and it was also windy and wet out there, down there. The girls played well, and the game was even. So that was a little report of the game yesterday away at Portsmouth. Because we weren't there, was we?
No, I mean, it's always difficult to say. You can't really have an opinion on a match unless you've watched it either on the telly or on in person. And obviously, the under-16s won't have been on Sky Sports 1, not just yet. Anyway, we're hoping for that in the future. But we weren't there, obviously. But it's one of those things that happens in football. It's been a tough couple of weeks with a couple of defeats. But Gareth and Adam are both fantastic coaches, and Nina as well. She's an absolute credit to the club and the team. And I'm sure things are going to start picking up for them very soon. And like we were talking about earlier off air, Ronan, the conditions recently, as you will all know, listeners, it's very cold out there. And playing football in the cold is not easy, and I believe Nina said it was also quite rainy as well, quite wet, and the pitch wasn't fantastic. So these are all things which go against you, and add that to the long journey as well, and it's a tough day for the Palace under-16s. But we'll certainly be keeping an eye on them, and hopefully bringing some more features on them very soon.
Yeah, because they've been doing well lately. They're sitting fifth in the league. They're sitting fifth in the league at the minute, which is alright position, to be fair. They're 2 games over a few teams. So do you reckon they'll do well this season, Matt?
Yeah, I've got every faith they will. Like I said just a minute ago, Adam, Gareth and Nina are a fantastic team to be leading these girls forwards. And, we've been down to watch various training sessions, and they really have been putting them through their paces. And, to give some credit to the girls themselves, they really do work hard every Friday night. Whatever the conditions, they're down there. They're in good spirits. They enjoy themselves, and they really do put in the effort. So I'm sure things will be back to winning ways soon, as we're so used to with them.
Yeah, and Matt, you caught up with Gareth Buckley, the under-16 coach, earlier in the season, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Yeah, it was great to meet Gareth. He was actually had the pleasure of being, I think, the first person we interviewed on the CPLFC TV YouTube channel, and I know Gareth was very appreciative of that. And obviously, we were very thankful to him taking out the time to do it. So we're going to play that interview for you now. Bear in mind, this was taken a couple of months ago, so a little bit of the information will be a bit old, but it's pretty self-explanatory. So this is Gareth Buckley, the under-16s coach.
Enjoy.
To be joined here by Palace under-16s coach Gareth Buckley. Gareth, thank you very much for joining us. Firstly, can you tell us how you got involved with the club?
Well, mine was sort of a little bit by chance. I work at a secondary school, and one of the girls that I coached at school, I put her onto the manager, and that's how I got involved. Through her, they asked me to come down and do some coaching for them, and then, as they say, it's a bit of history. So I've been here for like 4 years now.
Okay, fantastic. Can you tell us what league your side are in and how things are going so far?
Yeah, our girls are in the Surrey Counties Girls League. We are waiting our first fixture, so we haven't started the season yet. We played a few pre-season friendlies so far already. We played two, one American side and an Australian side as well. So it was quite a nice way for them to come down here, and our girls put up a really good fight against the two teams.
And obviously, as we've just been saying, it's early days at the moment. We've only pre-season really just gone. But do you have any aims for this season, personally?
We want to consolidate what we done last year. We had a good, strong cup run, and we also finished again to consolidate our place from last year. Become second in the league, so it's to consolidate that and hopefully make a cup final.
And would you say, are there any particular highlights you could pick out from your time at the club?
Has to be when we 2 years ago when we made the cup final, our first ever cup final, and we managed to win that as well. It's a fantastic occasion for the club, and it's a fantastic occasion for the girls too.
And does the under-15s team act as a feeder to you guys? And also, where do the majority of the girls go after they finished here?
Not necessarily. I think once they reach the more adult stages, so the under-18s, that's when they start to pull players and they look to move players around. So these girls have got a fantastic chance to end up within the adult structure with the 4 or 5 teams that are above us as well.
And finally, I just want to say it's obviously a really good time to be involved with women's football, which is really on the up at the moment. So how does it feel for you to be associated with Crystal Palace at a time like this?
It's a fantastic time for all of us. From a coach's point of view, I wouldn't have it any other way. I think if any new coaches are looking to get into football, I think girls football is the place to be right now.
Gareth, thank you very much for joining us. Guys, do not forget to subscribe.
So that was the Gareth Buckley under-16s coach interview. Matt interviewed him. So that's talking about the first team and where they go from after they have finished at the 16 squad. Was it nice to meet up with Gareth, Matt?
It was fantastic, yeah, and obviously we went down last week as well, didn't we? We caught up with Gareth to see how things were going at this point in the season, because obviously when we spoke to him then, as you will know, anyone who's listening, it was before they actually started their competitive season. So good to see how things are going. He's a very good coach, like we've been saying. They've got a fantastic setup in the under-16s, and it's it's a pleasure to interview him.
Yeah, that's the under-16 team. Now we're going to move on to the first team news, aren't we, Matt?
We are indeed, and as you all know, Palace fans, eager Palace Ladies fans, there wasn't actually a game on Sunday. Lowestoft Town were due to be the visitors to Hayes Lane to play Palace Ladies, of course, but unfortunately, due to some problems with Lowestoft, we don't actually know what they are. They pulled out 24 hours before the match, which, to be fair to them, is reasonable notice. So they didn't have a game on Sunday. But, Ronan, we're going to look back at the week before, where they played Egham Town in the Surrey County Cup. Now, I can't actually remember the number, but Egham Town are a few leagues down from Palace, and they came in, spirited, shall we say, and they did put up a fight. Weren't able to attack Palace very much. It was a good game of football, and Palace really did get into their groove and show what they can do. And the final score ended up as 13-0. 2 players getting hat-tricks, a couple of players getting doubles as well. And the highlights of that match, or the goals from that match, are now online. So if you would like to go to cplfc.tv on YouTube, on this very channel, you'll be able to see each and every one of the goals. Ronan, we saw some crackers, didn't we?
Yeah, we saw some unbelievable crackers. One cracker from Freya, which we'll get to hear the interview of her in a minute.
I think
Dean's interview as well.
Yes, and that goal from Freya actually got put on the Crystal Palace Eagles Bite. So Ronan's filming on there, which is fantastic,
yeah,
and also Freya's fantastic goal. Really, I don't think she could have hit it any better than she did, and it was quite tough to pick out the best goal from all 13. But I think Freya's first goal was definitely my choice. What about you, Ronan?
Yeah, that's my first choice as well. The way she just took it around the players and struck it top corner, no chance for the keeper.
Beautiful finish.
Say that, were they?
No way, no. I don't think even you or me would have been able to save that, Ronan, and we're obviously expert goalkeepers.
Yeah. Palace Ladies are top of the league, unbeaten, which is absolutely very good. Very good so far. So if they do get promotion, we'll go up, and we'll see that Charlton will be playing next season if we do that.
Yes. Shall we take you through some of the statistics from Palace Ladies season so far? They've played 10 matches, which is 2 matches less than second place Luton Town. Palace have won 9, drawn 1, which was against Cambridge away, with a goal difference of 27.
Wow.
Which is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, the second best goal difference in that league is 21, and then we've got Bedford at the bottom, whose goal difference is minus 55. Wow. So Palace really are doing fantastically well with scoring this season, particularly at home. You know, we've seen quite a few matches, Ronan, haven't we, where they've banged in 4 or 5 without reply. And you know, on away matches, it's tend to be more sort of close fought 1-0, 2-1 victories like we saw at Luton and Denham. But it really is such a fantastic season for Palace so far. Ronan, in your opinion, do you think we can go on and win this league?
Yeah, I reckon will be great for the club as well, and we'll hopefully, if it's at home, I think. Last game of the season's at home, so if that's time we'll win the league, we'll be recording it, and it's going to be one of them special episodes, I think, won't it, Matt?
Absolutely, yeah. We've got plenty of features planned for the end of the season. Not to get ahead of ourselves, guys. We have got plenty planned. We'll be bringing you a goal of the season competition, I believe, Ronan, is that correct?
Yeah.
And we're going to do a montage. Well, I think the Egham game's got a few goals in it to start off with already. I mean, we're going to have to be really quite harsh when we pick out the goals that we're going to use at the end of the season. But no, it's really good to be watching a team week in, week out who are winning football matches and, you know, playing some very entertaining football. And we've got to give a lot of credit to Dean, the manager, and Clint and Richie and all the people behind the scenes. I'm sure Aaron will want to shout out as well for keeping Sam and Chanel in form when they need to be.
Yeah, we've got some upcoming fixtures as well. We've got commentary at home this Sunday.
That's in the cup, isn't it?
Yeah, they won 35-0 the other week.
Yes, 20-0 at half-time, wasn't it, Ronan? And I think, was it Richie? Yes, Richie was telling us that the other team kind of, I wouldn't say gave up, but they lost heart a bit after 15 minutes because they were 9-0 down. So I really think that's going to be a very entertaining game, and one I'm certainly looking forward to. 2 high-scoring teams. It's going to be a fantastic test for Palace, obviously with Coventry being a league above, and who knows what will happen.
Yeah, and then we've got Milton Keynes away, and that's a 1 o'clock kick-off on the 6th of December, and then you've got Bedford at home, Norwich away, Lowestoft Town away, and Luton at home.
So plenty coming up, and obviously that Luton game, as we saw a couple of weeks ago, was what you'd call a 6-pointer, I think, Ronan, being obviously the team's first and second. We've already played Luton twice this season, beaten them both times, 5-0 and 2-1. So let's hope we can make it all 3 here with that game in a few weeks' time.
One of them was a cup as well, weren't they?
It was indeed, yeah. The 5-0 victory at Hayes Lane was in the cup. And we did put out an injury hit side that day. You know, we didn't have many options, and we still managed to beat a very good team by 5-0. So it just really shows you what strength and depth we've got, and that's something to be very thankful for.
Yeah.
So I believe we're able to, if the time is right, Ronan, I think we can hear from Freya Holdaway regarding her thoughts on the 13-0 win over Egham.
Yeah, here goes.
Here in the wake of a 13, yes, you've got that right, 13-0 victory for the Palace Ladies today. And we're joined by one of the key players in that victory, Freya Holdaway. Thank you very much for joining us, Freya.
Absolutely, mate.
How do you sum up a victory like that?
Well, we try to hold ourselves to the best possible standard regardless of who we're playing, so that's really important to us, to just keep playing our style of play and not to stray from that, really. So regardless of who we are playing, it's really important that we keep drumming that into ourselves, and regardless of who's playing on the pitch at that point in time, that we all buy into the same philosophy on the team.
And that's 2 goals for you today, 3 goals in 2 games for you now. Is that something that pleases you?
Absolutely. It's always nice to be on the score sheet. You know, there's a few banging goals out there today, and just to be a part of that, it's fantastic for me. I really appreciate that.
And obviously, we've not been playing in the league, last week, this week, and next week. Do you see that as a welcome break, or does it feel any different for you?
Yeah, of course you approach a cup game differently. It's always nice to be part of the cups, to get rallied up for those. But for us, we've got some momentum going into the league, so we'd like to carry that forward. It would be nice to get a couple of league games knocked out of the way before Christmas, so then hopefully we're looking a bit prettier at the beginning of the new year. But of course, we take each week as it comes and just address each match every week.
And I think the thing that stuck out from today's performance was that you just kept going. Is that something that Dean, the manager, really drills in to his team talks?
Yeah, absolutely. He always talks about how we'll come up against teams in the league that will go through brick walls to try and stop us, and we'll play for a whole 90 minutes and won't lose any fight. And that's something that we try to do as well. So today, even though we were on top for the majority of the game, it was still important for us to keep pushing the whole 90 minutes.
And just to go back to your first goal, is that the sort of goal you've been dreaming about for years? Absolute cracker.
Yeah, well, I don't really remember much about it. I just remember getting hold of the ball, taking a touch, pushing it out with my feet and just cracking it. I had a bit of a wild shot just before that, so I tried to make up for it. But yeah, like I said before, there's some fantastic goals out there today, and just to be a part of it all was great.
Definitely some to watch on YouTube later on. Thank you very much, Freya.
Cheers, mate.
Well played.
So that was Freya Holway with her thoughts on that 13-0 win against Egham. How do you think the girls played in that game, Matt?
Well, I think the scoreline says it all really, and we're going to hear from the manager Dean Davenport very shortly to hear what he thought. But the scoreline says it all. I think you can't really win a game 13-0 without playing well to some extent, and I think the girls really did show what they can do on Sunday last week. They used this game against a lower ranked side. All respect due to them, they did put up a fight as much as they could. But we saw some very, very good passages of play, and like we said, some excellent goals. So really, it was a very good performance, and certainly one I think every single player can be very happy with. And it was quite interesting as well, the fact that it was roll on, roll off subs, because it's County Cup. So a player could get substituted off and then come back on, a few minutes later. So that was quite interesting from my point of view. Ronan, what were your thoughts on the match?
I thought, because I couldn't see it because I was looking at a small screen with a camera, but the way the girls just battled it out, passing, tiki-taka was fantastic. Passing, no chance for Egham. So if the girls keep playing how they was, then they'll win the league this season.
Absolutely, yeah. And I mean, we'll hear from Dean very shortly. But one of the things I spoke to Dean about was the fact that we could quite easily have taken our feet off the gas and just coasted to a 4 or 5-0 win, but the girls kept going, and I think that's really important characteristic in the team. That desire to keep going. We're not happy with 4 or 5-0. We want more. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's a really good characteristic within the team. So I think if you're ready, Ronan, I think we're good to hear from Dean now.
Yeah. So it's Dean Davenport's thoughts on a 13-0 win.
Okay, Dean, 13-0 victory today. Just how do you sum that up?
It's quite difficult, really, isn't it? No, to be fair, the girls played some good stuff. It's easy at times to be quite silly, to be honest, and try and get as many goals as you can. But I told them from early on, still play the way we normally play, as though it'd be a league game. Get the ball down, move the ball quite quickly. We did that at times. We didn't take any liberties, to be fair. So all in all, it was a good game. 13 goals and 13 good goals. So add to that, to be honest.
Absolutely. And despite the scoreline being quite heavy early on, the girls just kept on going. Is that something that really pleased you about today?
Most definitely, yeah. As I say, in games like that where there's a score that's quite heavy, it's time you can disconnect yourself from what you've been asked to do, and really pleased today that the girls still stuck to it and carried on playing the way we play and got the ball down and moved it quite quickly. So yeah, all good.
And of course, hat tricks from Abigail Igbagboa and Michelle Shakes today. Word on their performances?
Very good. Abigail, she needed to get back on the score sheet. She started the season really well and kind of drifted a little bit, to be quite honest. But really pleased for today getting the 3 goals. And again, 3 good goals. Shakes has got loads of confidence. He's scoring goals week in, week out now. And hopefully it will continue.
So 13 goals, as we said, and 13 good goals. Is there a pick of the bunch for you, do you think?
God, yeah. I can't even remember what.
Putting you on the spot there a little bit.
To be fair, probably the best goal for me was Freya's. ball come back out to her on the edge of the box, and she doesn't really get forward, to be quite honest. The way we play, position-wise, we play for her, she doesn't tend to get forward and get strikes off. So again, really pleased for her today. She's picked her spot and put it away nicely.
Now, forgive me if I'm wrong in saying this, but our opponents for next week, Coventry, we believe won 29-0 today.
That's the following week.
Okay, the following week. So, ahead of that game, what are your thoughts?
Crikey. No, to be fair, Coventry, they're obviously in the league above us. It'll be a good game for us to see where we're at, to be quite honest. We're top of our league. I don't think they're going to like coming down here to play a team that obviously are top of the league below them. So we'll be looking to do exactly the same. We'll try and move the ball, and hopefully we'll get a result. But as I say, it's a game that will test us, to be quite honest.
Well, Dean, congratulations and thank you very much.
Cheers, guys.
So that was Dean Davenport. Thoughts on the 13-0 win against Egham? Anything you wanted to add about the game against Egham, Matt?
Yeah, I think it once again was an also good opportunity for a couple of players who maybe haven't been seeing that much football recently. A couple of players who are breaking through from the development squad, like Kelsey Zalamini and, of course, Alexi Spokes as well. Both very good players and both put in fantastic performances, and really justified why they were playing. Of course, a fantastic goal from Kelsey as well. And also to give a big shout out to Abigail Igbavboa and Rochelle Shakes, both of whom scored hat-tricks. It's really nice to see players in amongst the goals, scoring plenty week in, week out, and those two really have been two of our best goal scorers so far this season.
Yeah, going off against that game against Egham now is one of the Palace players, Pammy McRoberts, has been called up to the Northern Ireland squad for their game against Switzerland. When we heard about that, what was going through your mind, Matt, when you heard about that?
Well, first and foremost, I want to say I'm surprised, but I don't want to disrespect Pammy's ability. She's a fantastic footballer. And, really, when I look back at it now, I'm not surprised at all because, she's got fantastic ability. And, it was really fantastic for everyone at the club to have heard the news. And first and foremost, very, very happy for her. She really did deserve it, and I know she's really excited. So it's Palace's first ever player to be called up during their time at the club. We have had internationals play for us before, but they've not been called up whilst playing for Palace. So a milestone for Palace as well as Pammy. And it's really good for everyone. And I'm sure you guys, you listeners, will join us in wishing Pammy all the very best with her journey, and we'll be catching up with her when she gets back, courtesy of CPLFC TV.
Yeah, we've now got an interview with her. So this is an interview with Matt in catching up with Pammy McRoberts about her call up to the Northern Ireland squad.
Hello guys, welcome back to CPLFC TV. Something out of the ordinary tonight. We've got a really, really special interview for you because one of our players, we're very proud to announce, has been called up to the Northern Ireland squad, and that is Pammy McRoberts. Pam, congratulations from everyone at the club. How does it feel?
Amazing. I can't even put into words how I feel right now, to be honest.
How did it come about? Talk us through the process. How did you find out, and then how did it go on from there?
Well, basically, when I was at Charlton, we had to put down our nationalities. My mum's from Belfast, and basically, I was in contact with the manager then, but then I got pregnant with Shay. So I've been out of football for a while. My friend Kira Sherwood, that plays for Millwall, she basically told the manager that I was back in action with the trial, and I went there last Sunday.
What are your hopes in the future in terms of being with the squad?
To get caps, to get on there on the pitch and play, but at the moment I'm just excited to be within the setup and just be around the girls and get the experience, to be honest.
What's the reaction been like around the camp here with the Palace ladies?
All the girls, they wished me well. The gaffer gave me a call this morning and congratulated me. I've got loads of good feedback on Facebook. My family and friends are so happy, and my son doesn't understand much, but I'm sure he'll be happy as well.
Has it really sunk in yet for you?
No, I think basically when I'm out there, we'll probably sink in when I've got the tracksuit and around the girls and just being around my home nation, like my mum's home nation, because I did basically used to go there all the time as a kid. And I think some of my family are going to come and watch the game, so it should be good.
And we're definitely going to catch up with you after this experience. Can you tell us the dates-wise, if you know when things are going to be taking place?
Well, I'm going off on Monday, and I should be. And the game's on Friday the 27th against Switzerland. So, and then there's a few games next year as well, but this is just the game this year.
If you had to sum up in one word how you're feeling about it right now, what would it be?
Ecstatic.
Well, Pam, we're really, really pleased for you. Congratulations,
Thank
and we'll
you.
catch up with you soon.
Thanks.
Thank you.
So that's Palmy McRoberts-Doakler that I thought was getting called up to the Northern Ireland squad. As you said, she went off away today to fly to Northern Ireland, and the game's on Friday. So, Matt.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to see how she gets on. She is, like I've been saying, she's a new face at Palace. You know, we signed her at the beginning of the season, and you know, I know she's played for Charlton before, amongst other teams as well. And you know, she's been a pleasure to have around. She's really loves the channel, doesn't she? She's a big fan of what we do. So that's always nice, you know, when you get the recognition from the players and the staff, all of whom have been fantastic. Ronan, what are your thoughts on Pammy's call-up? It's great news for everyone at the club, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great news, of course. But I wish her well, and good luck to her on Friday. You know, as when I heard it, I was like, wow. I would definitely got to get an interview and put up on
And we
the
did.
channel. So the interview's going up very shortly. I think I need to send it over to James, who was our graphics designer.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, got to give a shout out to James, who's another member of our team here at CPLFC TV. James is our graphic designer, like Ronan's been saying. So he puts all of the animations into all of the films and videos that you see on the channel. So the hard work is very much constant here with all three of us. So yes, that is your CPLFC TV team, myself, Ronan, and James.
Yes, I think we'll bring this podcast to an end now, Matt.
We will do, yes. I'd just like to thank everyone for listening today. It's been a real pleasure to bring you the first Palace Ladies podcast, as we're going to call it. We'll be back with you very soon. But Ronan, thank you very much for joining me tonight. Have you enjoyed it?
I've enjoyed it, yeah, I have.
It's been fantastic for me to be a part of it as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you very much for listening, and stay safe, stay Palace.